This summer of the island was full of events, starting from the scientific discoveries and cultural festivals up to the large-scale infrastructure projects. That's why in this issue, we gather all the most important events of the last weeks. This summer, Eastern Mediterranean University with the Sea Turtle Conservation Station spot has tracked loggerhead turtles with the satellite transmitters to see the migration in the Mediterranean. The rare find was made in Iskele area where the turtle that tagged in 2013 up just for 3 centimeters in 12 years. Since August, the spot volunteers have been monitoring and carefully excavating the turtle nests, giving observers the chance to be a witness of the magical process when the hatchlings was getting to the sea. However, many of these turtles still became under the threats because of the plastic, because of the fishing nets, of course, and any marine pollution. That's why let's be more attentive to our small creatures. A massive wildfire broke out in Limassol area on the mountainside on 23rd and 24th of July and destroying the thousands of homes and causing casualties. The blaze devastated over 13,000 acres of the farmlands, including the vineyards, pastures, and the fruit trees, and also killed around 100 head of cattle. According to the local reports, around 157 people will stay homeless and nowadays urgently need a shelter. That's why governments undertake all the action to solve this problem. Kyrenia municipality, with the partnership of Arukat University, has launched the construction of the country's most modern cultural center, valued over 100 million Turkish lira. It was unanimously approved 30th of July by the municipality. According to the mayor of Kyrenia, the Kyrenia's development has to be extended beyond the infrastructure and also includes the culture, art, and sports. The finishing of the project has to be by the Girne Fest 2026. On 13th of August, the Ermenilik Akıncılar municipality connected to Lefkoşa held opening ceremony of the Life Park, that's first of its kind in North Cyprus. Covering 22,000 square meters, this project will feature an amphitheater, cafes, restaurant, walking paths, and sport complex with the waiting areas, and the finishing and completion of the project is estimated in 1.5 years. Çatalköy Sentepe municipality hosted yearly conducted Alagadi Festival on 15th and 16th of August that was featuring the music and dance. The program included the festive procession and also the fire shows and the dance programs with the musical concerts. On August 14, the press conference at Colony Hotel introduced the program of the Girne Arkan Group Festival 2025. The heads of Kyrenia Municipality, Murat Şenkül, and along with the representative of the Arkan Group, Pasha Group, Telsim, and Cyprus, has shown the festival schedule runs from 29 of August until October 10. And that will also include the festival of the Pekmez and International Olive Festival and the Musler Art Symposium. The Police General Directorate launched the pilot project called Tourism Police in Mackenzie area and also walking path in Iskele. The new department will patrol the area, included the amusement park, also the Merit Royal Garden Hotel, and also the hotel like Grand Sapphire complexes, Royal Sound Country Yard, and Caesar Resort. They're on duty in the afternoon and night hours that actually ensure the safety of the tourists and the residents, preventing offenses, checking the documents, and maybe provide the first aid. From August 29 up to 31st, the Pekmez Festival was held in Özönköy area. Supported by the Kyrenia municipality, this festival combined the gastronomy, music, and traditions. Also, this festival has the program with the folk and traditional dance, with the musical concerts, tasting, and competition was full of fun for the residents and tourists. Particular attention was made to the pekmez, the Cypriot syrup that's made actually from the carob trees, from the grapes or mulberry. The construction began on the first phase of 7.9 kilometers eastern bypass road of Kyrenia that will connect Acapulco, Chetalköy, Karakum, and the Santa area. The project will include 5 roundabouts, underpass, sidewalks, and storm water drainage system. The Prime Minister of TRNC, Unal has attended the opening of the Mehmet Göze Construction Materials and Mechanics Laboratory at the Chamber of the Engineer. He highlighted that the project discussed over 30 years was finally completed. The laboratory will test all imported materials, metal, and if it doesn't meet the standards, it will be rejected and went back. And that's why it will ensure the safety of the building and give the high standards. The TRNC government has taken 2 major solutions. That's first of all termination of discrimination of the minimum wage between the foreigners and the local worker. Nowadays, if the housing or meal is provided for the foreigners, up to 40% deduction is allowed. That's actually ensure the equalizing the wage between the foreigners and the locals, and abolishing 20% surcharge on the medicines for the pensioners and the people with disabilities or the people who is taking any benefits from the government. The TRNC started the installation of the smart camera, the road control that will also record speeding, unfastened belts, also phone use, and transmit all the data to the police in the real time. The launch of AI camera was a bit postponed due to a delay with infrastructure of warning signs. That's why as far as it will be installed, all the AI camera will work in the full mode. The minister preparing the offer for the penalty points amnesty, while the prosecutor's offers will consider also to write off some of the road fines. Famagusta municipality is offering to their residents to cover and pay all the debts until 2023 without any penalty. A one-time payment will give discounts on the penalty around 90%. If it's installment payment up to 6 months, 75% discount for the penalty. Northern Cyprus has begun tasted 12 grapes with the Italian trellisers and the modern cultivation techniques in order to extend the yields up to 25% and reduce the reliance on the imports. The TRNC Minister of the Social Works and the Transport announced the new fees for the obtaining and extending the drive license in 2025. That's why it was increased in comparison with the previous periods. TRNC Minister of the Economy and Energy, Olgun Amaçoğlu, discussed the meeting in Turkey on the projects in the digital technologies, the smart QR labels, and the student innovations. Already 7 projects was prepared and waiting for the approval and waiting for the grants and the state support. The Market Fiyatım program that's developed by TÜBİTAK nowadays would like to track the store prices and scheduled to launch in August. On energy front, discussion with the Minister of Turkey, Alparslan Bayraktar, was made regarding the connecting energy system from Turkey to Cyprus via the 95-kilometer distance underwater cables that's estimated over $460 million. Despite $27 million investments, the North Cyprus was experienced widespread power cuts and a system breakdowns lasting a month. Head of Elsen Union has blamed Tükeptek in incompetence. The TRNC presidential election was scheduled to the October 19th. And nowadays, from the August 24th, already starting the voting process. Nomination filling by September 12th, verification and publication of the voter and candidate lists, and drawing lots for the ballots and television debates. If you found this content useful, please like, comment, and subscribe in order to stay tuned and updated.